A customer says there's a noise or shudder coming from the drivetrain, and replacing their U-joints didn't resolve the issue. Could the problem be the center support bearing? We're going to find out next on Talking Parts.
This video is sponsored by BCA Bearings, the #1 supplier of OE quality hub assemblies. Visit bcabearings.com for more information.
A center support bearing allows the drive shaft to be split into two sections for longer wheelbase vehicles such as trucks and SUVs, as well as some passenger cars. The bearing is sometimes called a hanger bearing, and it supports the two halves of the drive shaft between the transmission and the differential. The center support bearing's job is to absorb and isolate harmonic vibrations as the drive shaft rotates. Under normal operating conditions, this bearing will wear and eventually will need to be replaced. Center support bearings are isolated in rubber that can become cracked due to excessive vibration, perhaps because of a bad U-joint. The vehicle's environment also plays a role. If it's exposed to excessive heat, road salt, or sand or rocks, it can compromise the polymer material around the bearing. Sometimes the bearing itself might fail if there's an event that scratches or scores the race. The bearing can become notchy if the surface of the race isn't perfectly smooth. Technicians look for worn-out center support bearings by placing the vehicle on a lift and running the engine in a low gear to check for movement. In extremely worn bearings, the drive shaft may have extensive play due to the rubber breaking down. When a customer needs a replacement center support bearing, look for a bearing that uses high-quality components, such as pre-lubricated and sealed bearing inserts, which prevent the grease from leaking while keeping moisture and contaminants out. High-quality rubber will absorb and isolate vibrations to extend the life of the bearing, and a corrosion-resistant coating will protect the bearing from the elements. With these tips in mind, your customer should be ready to roll for many shudder-free miles. I'm Josh Cable. Thanks for watching.